All right, we are here with Robert Calderbank from one of the host universities, Duke. So, Robert, we're just going to ask you a few questions about your time in this field and throughout your career. So, first question, how did you stumble into quantum information and quantum error correction as the field, or one of the fields that you would be working on?
Well, I think that people stumble in different ways. And I think that I was working at Bell Labs, my colleague Peter Shaw, he perhaps stumbled into quantum through physics. I stumbled into quantum through mathematics, because for other reasons, I knew all about Pauli group, the Clifford group, because I knew all about that group theory. And the way that we backed into stabilizer codes was one day at Bell Labs. We were interviewing Eric Rains for a job, and so Eric was meeting different people. And he was supposed to meet the lab director, Ron Graham, but Ron Graham was hiding in his second office that no one knew about. And so as a result, Eric spent 2 hours in my office with Peter Shaw and Neil Sloan, and at the end of the 2 hours, we knew exactly what a stabilizer code was. We knew exactly how to make them. CSS codes, I think Peter and I wanted to demonstrate that it was just as easy to construct quantum codes as it was to construct classical codes.
All right, so what was a personal prediction of yours from that time, from the 90s, that has since flopped?
Well, perhaps optimistically at the time, having constructed these codes so that were just as easy to construct as classical codes, I might have thought that they'd be just as easy to decode as classical codes. And that has certainly not proven to be the case.
All right. What do you think is the biggest thing that has changed in the community since the 1990s?
Well, I think it's this emphasis on decoding and decoders. I think that the explosion in computational power in the last 20 years has come at a perfect time for the design of very complicated decoders.
All right, perfect. This is a future-facing question now. What do you think would be a plausible plenary title in the 50th QIP that would happen in 2047?
Well, I think it's always difficult to predict the future, particularly in quantum.
Fair enough. And now for a more technical question. In your view, what is the most underappreciated idea in the broader field of quantum information or within the specific area you focus on?
There's, I think that all of us researchers, we try and work on important problems, but there are problems that just grab our attention. They just get under our skin. And for me, that problem is the Clifford hierarchy, just understanding it, because it's still to me a really mysterious beast, and it has yet to give up all of its secrets. And I think it has many secrets to give up.
Right, amazing. And one last thing, of course, you've had a very long and illustrious career in this field, so do you have any other interesting stories or thoughts that you want to share with the QIP community or the broader quantum information community?
Well, I do remember our first, perspective on the power of CSS code framework was when David DiVincenzo visited Bell Labs, and he had the 5-qubit code, but he had it with coordinates. And Peter and I were able to explain to him what the coordinates really were.
All right, perfect. Robert Calderbank, thank you so much for your time.
Okay, all right.